आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनकही कहानियाँ। आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनसुनी कहानियाँ। एक नई दुनिया की आवाज़, विज्ञान की आवाज़, की आवाज़।
A big hello to all our listeners. Welcome to an enriching podcast series, Vigyan Ki Awaaz. This podcast series focuses on STEM popularization, science, technology, engineering, mathematics and medicine. In Vigyan Ki Awaaz today, we take ahead our enriching discussions with Dr. Drbrijesh, the Executive Director at the Indian National Science Academy, New Delhi. So throughout this journey, if you remember any few moments which were like worth life living and you felt like this was the most beautiful part of your journey, please do share with us. I'm sure you have many such stories.
Yes, see, I was also doing mentoring while I was at engineering college, and at that one moment, one student was very, very upset, and I was the chief mentor. I called him. We discussed. I think we can say almost half day. He was very depressed, and he was almost decided that he should not live. He is not worthy to live because of many pressures. And after one day talking, and then after 2-3 days slowly, he came and he says, "Sir, after talking to you and listening your story, that is how struggle you have done in your whole life, and in comparison to that, I'm not doing anything, and that I should not think like that. In fact, and he did wonderful job, and now he's doing some entrepreneurship. That means he has created some job, and many people, I think 20 people are working with him. I'm not naming over here, but." That is the one moment we say that if you are doing your work, and even if you talk to somebody, don't care about your time, how much time you have spent with them. Sometimes it saves the life and it changes the life of somebody else. I remember one girl was there, and she was very depressed, and she was at that time far away from that institute, and she has closed herself that she is going to suicide. And then somehow we got some close friend of her. By that we sent some message to her. Somebody bring phone to that particular girl, and it took almost 6-7 hours, starting from 7 o'clock in the evening till 2 o'clock, to somehow talk to her and then convince her that is what you are thinking is not right, and life is very big, and you are meant for doing something big. So these are the things when you counsel some student, talk to some student, and if they come to the mainstream study, that gives immense pleasure than anything else in the world, for me at least.
And I think on behalf of all the students, we should all thank you for the contribution you have been doing. For more to come, and more such students will look up to idols like you. What message would you like to give it to the young generation who want to carve their niche in the field of science, and the generation that the field of science is quite rewarding for people who have a passion, and how can they contribute to the country?
Yes, for me, if I say, first of all, don't bother about whatever the capacity you can. You just compare with yourself. Don't compare with anybody else. Everybody is meant for doing something else, and you are meant for some specific purpose. Whatever you can do with 100%. Don't compare yourself with anybody else. Either that person is very big or very small. You compare yourself. Whatever you have done yesterday, you have to do something better than today, than compared to yesterday. And that motive that I have to do something new today, that is the one mantra which anybody should take and try to deliver his or her best.
So today we teach students from the school level till they can build up their career, to take up science as a very, very important subject to learn and look at the bigger
Yes.
picture. What would you like to share about this?
See, I am from physics background and have developed almost more than 500 demonstration experiment for the classroom teaching and conducted several workshops for teachers and students. Usually people say this is happening because of physics. The things are not happening because of physics, chemistry or any natural sciences, biology. But these subjects are there because of the natural phenomena. The sun is there and earth is going around the sun. Since this is happening since ancient time, so we have physics, astrophysics, and trying to understand all this motion. Similarly, there are so many things which is there. So what I say, connect yourself with the nature, study the nature, and go with the nature. Once we study the nature, try to explore the nature, try to understand different things happening in the nature, we will develop science, we will develop something which is included in the science. So we have to understand nature, we have to go with the nature, don't do anything against the nature. What nature says we have to do towards the nature for the improvement of the nature, natural things, and we will do our best.
Like you have shared that language is a tool, but communication is a skill. And students who come from a Hindi medium background or a rural background, tell them to be very, very specific and focus on their career and take up science as their own identity very, very strongly. A message to all such people so that we have more scientists coming up from the rural India in days to come.
Yes, see, English at the later stage is certainly necessary to communicate and to give your work to work. There is no absolutely any doubt about that one have to understand English and able to communicate the work in English. But in the beginning, don't worry about your language. If you are from Hindi medium or maybe Marathi medium or Punjabi or Haryanvi or maybe Tamil, Telugu, any, you work in that, understand English, communicate in English at the international society, communicate your paper in that language. But in your laboratory, in your local places, with your professor, with your colleague, if your professor, with your student, try to talk to you in the local language. Government is also through this NEP, they are encouraging people, teachers and students to study science in their mother tongue. Because initially, if you think, our thinking starts in mother tongue and then we translate it in other language. So, focus on your selected subject, whatever your interested subject, in which area you are interested. There are several branches in science, physics, chemistry, biology. There are several biology, cell biology, microbiology, this biology. In physics, there are almost 20 different branches. Chemistry, in fact, there are so many branches. Engineering, there are so many branches. Each and every sub-stream is a big area in itself. Don't think that somebody is doing some particular area is very big and you are doing some particular area is not big. Each and every area is big, and in each and every area there is an ample opportunity for success. Just focus on your subject. Try to give your 100%. Whenever you are study, have full focus on study, and then you deliver. Think out of box. Always think out of box and read between the lines whenever the books are there. Try to understand what are the hidden things says in that. Certainly in future, India has a bright future in science and technology field.
Thank you so much, sir. Dear listeners, we take a break at this enriching conversation with Dr. Drbrijesh Pandey, Executive Director at the Indian National Science Academy, New Delhi. In the next part of this episode, catch more insightful discussions about science and the world of science. In the next episode, we shall bring to you more interesting discussions with Dr. Drbrijesh Pandey. his colorful contributions in the field of science, and his passion for the field. Until and up to we meet in the next episode, please take care of yourself, stay healthy, and keep listening to Vigyan Ki Awaaz. Vigyan Ki Awaaz, a podcast series to popularize STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medicine.
विज्ञान की आवाज, की आवाज.
Celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we bring you a podcast series on STEM popularization, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medicine, supported and catalyzed by the National Council for Science and Technology Communication, Government of India. This program is produced by Media for Community Foundation. Creative content and technical support is given by Salam Namaste Community Radio, Noida.
एक नई दुनिया की आवाज आपकी